Hey, it's Marlene, and today I'm coming to you from the Englewood Bird Sanctuary in Calgary, and I'm going to talk about the optical image stabilization on the Lumix 100 to 300 millimeter lens. I've photographed bald eagles here, I've photographed tons of ducks, great blue herons. It's a great place to practice using your camera, your lenses, and especially your image stabilization. There's always something to see in these trees too. Today, I found a woodpecker. This is a hairy woodpecker, and it's much smaller than the pileated woodpeckers that were in my last video. You'll probably notice that there's a little switch on the side of this lens that says Power OIS. We're going to talk about that. But before we even talk about lens stabilization, we need to set up the in-body image stabilization on the Lumix G9. So you go into your camera settings and you go into stabilizer. And the top menu here says operation mode, and the first option here is for the 5-axis image stabilization. Now, if you're going to be panning photos, this is for photos only, what you want to do is choose the second option, which is for panning. The next two options are for video only, and you will also find these if you're in creative video mode. So I'll turn that button across. Go into video stabilization, and you can see here now that the operation mode is grayed out. So the next menu is e-stabilization for video only, and when that's turned on, if you're using a compatible lens with optical image stabilization, which I am with the 100 to 300 millimeter lens, you get the lens and the body dual image stabilization. Next on the list is the IS lock, and that will make your image appear like you've shot it on a tripod. So it gives sort of the steadiest feel and look of your videos. Now, if you want to pan a lot of your shots with your video, like if you're panning some birds flying, you don't want that to be on. You want to make sure that that is off. For further information and a deep dive into those settings, you can go to page 145 in the PDF owner's manual, and I have a link in the video description below to that manual. If you're not using a tripod, you definitely want to keep your camera stable using your body. One of the ways to do that is to keep your elbows in. Hold the camera underneath the lens. Don't hold it above. This is very unstable. Hold it underneath, get your elbows in, and press the eyepiece to your eyes. That way, even when you're at 300 millimeters, you have much more stability on the camera and the lens. Now, even at 100 millimeters, it's easy to get camera shake. But at 300 millimeters, it's like looking through a telescope that's not on a tripod. Here's a bunch of examples with stabilized and unstabilized video footage. For these examples, the only thing I'm doing is changing the switch on the side of the 100 to 300 millimeter lens. When you're taking photographs, if your viewfinder is all jittery, it's going to be very hard to compose and focus on your birds or whatever it is you're photographing. Even if you're just photographing part of a tree, you definitely want to have as much stabilization as possible so that you get the best results. Remember, if you're using a super telephoto lens like the 100 to 300 millimeter, all of your small little movements are magnified a lot. One other thing about using the optical image stabilizer is that it does crop the image slightly. But hey, we're trying to get something that's far away and bring it close, so we don't mind a little extra crop, I'm sure. Well, that about covers the main points of stabilizing the 100 to 300 millimeter lens. When shooting wildlife and birds, you definitely want to take advantage of all the stabilization that you can. If you have any additional tips about stabilizing using long lenses, let me know in the comments below, and we'll see you soon.